What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at some NHL trade rumors for July 13th from Specters Hockey. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video looking at some rumors. We'll get right into it in just a second. First of all, I haven't made a video in a couple days because yesterday was my birthday. The day before that I had family over, and it's been really busy, so I apologize for not making videos. Also, I will make the pinned comment, the t-shirts that I do have available if you want to buy one. Cool. If you don't want to, that's totally up to you, but I'll have it as the pinned comment in this video. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 3,000. Thank you to all the new subscribers. It's been great lately. A lot of new people coming on. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the Chicago Blackhawks, and they've been in some trade rumors because they just made a substantial move to acquire more cap space when they traded Marian Hossa to the Arizona Coyotes. Now, if you didn't know, Marian Hossa has something wrong with his skin, I believe, because of the equipment and stuff like that. You can get into a deep dive into it. There's lots of articles. We all know Marian Hossa is one of the better players that the NHL has seen for a very long time. When he was, playing and in his prime and stuff like that, he was an elite player in my eyes. I'm sure a lot of other people, and it's unfortunate to see that he's not playing. So his cap space was essentially sent over to Arizona because they do have the space, and Arizona acquired some pieces, but Chicago, more importantly, really acquired some cap space while getting rid of a guy who's close to their franchise, who's won Stanley Cups, I believe 3. I could be completely wrong, but it does suck for Hossa, and by any means I'm not, saying, oh, this is great, get rid of Hossa, but for the Blackhawks, this does open up some room for them. They are going to have to make a move, and it states in this article, and I completely agree, is that, by the way, sorry, the article will be in the description box as well, the link to Specters Hockey, but what I do agree with in this article is the fact that they do need to make a move this offseason. This summer, they need to add to this team, because we do know last year was not the year. The Blackhawks were not good. They need to make a move here. So there's rumors that they could be picking up maybe a guy like Falk because their blue line really needs some help. He's got an affordable cap hit under $5 million, and I believe he's locked up for a couple more seasons. And maybe a guy like Jeff Skinner, who would definitely add to their scoring punch that they already have. But there have been rumors that Carolina would be looking for quite a lot in return, like a guy like Brandon Saad. There's also been rumors thrown around that they could go after a guy like Erik Karlsson. Now, we all know who Erik Karlsson is. He puts up a ton of points. He's arguably the best player available via trade right now, which, I mean, I don't think it's an argument. He pretty much is. He would completely change their team, but another move would have to happen, and that's stated in this article as well. Them possibly moving Anisimov as well to try to acquire even more cap space. And they said it is possible, but you would have to attach assets to Anisimov as well, and they're not sure, what they would get back for that. They'd probably end up with like a lower pick, and I don't know. There's been a couple articles where I've seen this suggested, and there's been a lot of trade rumors thrown out there of how they could acquire cap space. I didn't make a video separately on that specific rumor because I'm not sure everybody would be interested in that. But if it was to acquire a guy like Erik Karlsson, they did make the space with Hossa's contract and then Anisimov's money as well. The Blackhawks would have a bit of money to play with. But if I'm them, I'm going after guys like Falk and Skinner. I don't know if they would like to give a guy like Brandon Saad. They had to trade Artemi Panarin to get Brandon Saad. So I'm not really sure they'd want to do something like that. And speaking of that, apparently the Blackhawks, one of their options could be Panarin to bring him back, but that would be very costly for the Blackhawks. They would love to have him back, but again, like I just said, it would cost them quite a lot. And this is just a rumor. I'm not saying that this is something that's been discussed a ton. It's just been thrown out there that could be a possibility. Another name that's been out there that could be potentially linked to the Blackhawks, and just a name that's been in the trade rumors, we've all seen it, Max Pacioretty. This is a guy that's been with Montreal for quite some time, and he's their captain. He's a great goal scorer, but it looks like Montreal is going to be moving him. They haven't been talking too much about contract extensions or anything in that matter. They're looking to move him as soon as possible, and if this deal does happen, then the Montreal Canadiens are probably looking for a prospect and a good roster player in return. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they could get a decent prospect. I'm not sure they're going to get this big package that they're looking for. I really do like Pacioretty, and I hope that wherever he goes, he excels and he has a good year or a couple years or the rest rest of his career for that matter. I am a big fan of him. Hopefully he will succeed anywhere he goes, but it is looking like Montreal's going to move him. So I'll open this up to you guys. Where do you think he will go? Where do you think he'll get traded? Like I said, his name's been thrown around in those rumors for a long time. And I think the Blackhawks should be interested. Again, this is a veteran player, a guy who can score, who will fit in with a veteran lineup with the Blackhawks. And this is the team that's kind of been, at the forefront of this video. But the Blackhawks are making some moves here. And I guess you could throw Carolina in there as well. I mean, Falk pretty much has to go at this point. They acquired Dougie Hamilton there in the Hanifin trade, and they also picked up Calvin DeHaan in free agency. So Falk's got to go. They've already got a ton of offense there that they don't need. They've got young guys coming up as well, and young guys already on their roster. Falk is expendable. They want to get a forward back, and the same thing happens here with Montreal. They're looking for pieces back. They're not going to trade with each other probably, but you could see a guy like Pacioretty probably going to a team like Chicago. The next rumor comes from the Detroit Red Wings with Andreas Athanasiou. Hopefully I didn't say that wrong, but I do like him. He's a good player. He's fast. He's fairly young. He just signed a 2-year deal worth $6 million total, I believe. That's probably what it is. He's probably making $3 million a season. But there's rumors that the Red Wings, and again, this is not something that's crazy out there that a lot of people know about, I don't think, at least, because I haven't heard too much about it, but it is in this article saying that maybe the Red Wings will take like a wait-and-see approach with Andreas Athanasiou and see, if they feel like he's going to be a part of their future, because they could probably get back a decent draft pick or maybe even a roster player for him. Nothing too crazy, but something that could actually fetch them back, something that they can use if that relationship isn't working. We do know he's a good, young, skilled player that will obviously do very well for the Red Wings this year, barring injury and stuff like that, but he's a guy that I can't really see them trading right away, at least, but he could be an interesting name come the trade deadline, because if he is having a good season towards that trade deadline, he has a year of control. After this year, he's locked up to another year, like I mentioned, and the fact that he is young with a lot of speed and a lot of skill, teams could look at that and go, okay, he's not a super expensive option when it comes to money. We might have to give up a little extra because of all these factors, but he won't hit our cap as hard this year for the rest of the season and next season. And again, I'm not saying this is going to happen. It's just something that I've read and something that I put my own little twist on there, saying, he's not a huge cap hit, whatever, but that's common sense. I can't really see it happening, but if he's exploding and having a good year, Detroit could cash in and probably acquire a decent pick or roster player. So let me know what you guys think about these rumors. Again, this one wasn't too long, but this is just what's out there right now. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you have rumors that you've heard of from reliable sources, no rumor break, stuff like that. I want legitimate sources. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.